when you have achieved the goal. How do you measure it? What? How? When? I want to be successful. In 2022, I want to buy a car. And the cost of the car is 1.2 million. He has an amount, right? And we can measure it when you have achieved the goal. When have you achieved the goal? When have you achieved the goal? When you hit what target? 1.2 million. Is it measurable? In 6 months' time, where should you be? What amount should you have? How much? Is it measurable? In 3 months' time, how much do you have in the account? 3 or what? If in 10 months' time, you only have 900,000, what will you do? How much are you supposed to have? 1 million. And you have what? What would that help you to do? What? You double what? Is it measurable? That is how your goal should be. You must be able to look at every month. Where am I in this goal? If you cannot measure it that way, 2023, my goal is to become the president of Nigeria. And in 2022, you are not even in a political party. You're dreaming. It's a dream. And they said the dream is for an appointed time. Maybe when you are 75. It must be something achievable. So if you say in 2022, I want to affiliate with a political party. It is achievable. I want a political party to appoint me as one of their ward executives. That is achievable. It's achievable. Praise the Lord. So it must be achievable. It must be realistic. It must be what? Realistic. When you say something is realistic, to be realistic, a goal must represent an objective towards which you are both willing and able to work. You are both willing and able to do it. A high goal is frequently easier to reach than a low one because a low goal exerts low motivation forces. Some of the hardest jobs you ever accomplish actually seem easy simply because they were a labor of love. It must be what? Realistic. Don't set goals that even your child can achieve it. Motivate yourself. Challenge yourself. Goals that is within your purpose, your plan. Not because somebody is setting this goal. Me too, I want to set the goal. Praise the Lord. It must be realistic. It must be time bound. I said for a dream to become a goal, it must have a target and it must have a time. When do you want to achieve it? 2022. Some goals, you don't need to wait for a year to achieve it. By the middle of next year, Q2 or end of June, I want to have done this. You must set a time. Don't just say something in the air and wait endlessly. When do you know that you have achieved it? Tell anybody it must be time bound. There must be a time for it. Praise the Lord. So that talks about number 3, which is make it plain, which means your objective, your goal must be smart. Number 4, identify obstacles and constraints. When you have set the goal and you have it written down, then begin to think of what can make me not to achieve it. What are the things that can make me not to want to achieve it? What are the obstacles that I can face in the pursuance of these goals? Identify them. These are things that can hinder or stop you from achieving your goal. Write them down. Praise the Lord. Think of a goal now. And let's look at the obstacles or the limitations. In 2022, let's say in 2022, I went into exportation of beans. What are the things, the challenges that can arise? One of the challenges that could arise is that government policy. There was one year I was planning to go into that business, and that year, immediately that year, they banned exportation of Nigerian produce to go to Europe. What are the challenges? So that I begin to think about them now. In 2022, I want to own a shop on Adenero Gosoya to sell this and this and this. What can stop me? Why is laughing? Property people. Inflation. Escalation costs. Think and begin to write them down. I'm talking about goals. Think about your goals and begin to write down what can limit me. In 2022, I want to get married. What are the challenges that can happen? The woman change her mind? Is it possible? Write it down. And the father of the bride says, no, move it to 23. Write it down. And my village people says, you must do it in the village. And I want to do it in Lagos. Write it down. The father of the bride said, oh, you have to all of us travel to Dubai to do it. Write it down. What are the challenges? Write it down. You see, when you begin to write down the challenges, you'll be shocked that you begin to find solutions to those challenges. That's why you need to write it down. Your brain works better when you are writing things down. Go and meet people that write books. Number 5, identify knowledge and skills that you require to achieve them. Identify knowledge and skills that you require to achieve them. These are the things that you must do, or you must learn, or you must change to achieve your goals. I want to buy a car by the end of 2022, and the car is 1.2 million. What are the things that I should know? I should know how to save. If I don't have a savings account, I need to go and get a savings account that probably I will not have access to, so that I don't spend the money. If I'm not into any thrift contribution, I should know. The things I should know, I need some financial intelligence. Learn, ask people. What are the things I should acquire? What are the skills I should acquire? In 2022, I want to become a fashion designer. And you stay in your house every morning. I say, Father, I want to be a fashion designer. Will you ever be? So what do you need to do? Acquire what? Skills. Go to Mimi's Creation. Go to SFA Lagos and say, I have a dream to become a fashion designer. Can you train me? Is that not it? But if you stay and you do nothing, your goal is still a dream. It's a what? A dream. You must identify the knowledge you need to acquire. You must identify the skills that you need. Number 6, identify people. Identify the people that will help your goal. There are people that God has positioned in 2022 to help you. There are destiny helpers waiting for you in 2022. You must identify them. Tell them you must identify them. And as you begin to think about your goal, do you know that you begin to think about people that are doing that thing that could help you? In the course of the week, I was thinking about a goal, one of the goals for the church. And as I began to think, then God began to drop names of people in my mind that will help us to achieve it. You need people. Tell your neighbor you need people. I can say you need people. That's why you must be good to people. Bible says, in good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over, who will bring to you? Men, not angels. So when you relate with people badly or you don't treat people well, remember, for your goal to succeed, you need people. You cannot do it alone. You can't do it alone. Praise the Lord. So these are people whose help or cooperation you will need to achieve